Guys, hope you're doing good. So lately I've been feeling like creating content for me is an opportunity for me to help you guys think differently and to make better decisions. Because if you were to ask me like, hey Serge, what is the one thing that you think is that has the biggest like role or responsibility within this little bit of success that you've had, I wouldn't talk to you about outreach. I wouldn't talk to you about hiring people. I wouldn't tell you all that. I would just say think better and make better decisions. Because I feel like my business has not grown because I've doubled my outreach. It has never grown because of any tactical thing. It has just grown because I've made different decisions, different offers, different markets, different problems being solved, right? Before I was just solving appointment setting, now I solve a bigger issue. And even the mechanism that we use to solve it is different, right? So it doesn't come from adding more stuff. It comes from just literally making new decisions that bring out new outcomes. Okay, and in this video, I want to go over how to think when it comes to probably one of the biggest objections that we get, right? Because as you guys may know, we probably have our program is one of the most expensive program out there by a guru on YouTube. Because I think I'm starting to become a guru at this point. But, and that objection is, I don't have the money now, let me go get the money and then I'll come back and buy, okay? Some people, for people who are broke, who are in third world countries where, the price of our program is a lot of money, our average price is anywhere from 8K to 10K one-time fee, okay? And that's a lot of money. You asked me last year if I would have quoted myself that price last year when I was working a 9 to 5, making 30K a month, 30K a year, I would have been like, are you crazy, right? So I totally understand that our prices are, kind of high, okay? For people who, haven't really worked a lot and made a lot of money, okay? It's a lot of money, okay? But for people out there who've been in the game and who have somewhat savings and have access to capital, this video is for you. And I'm not necessarily saying that use this thought process to make you want to buy our stuff. No, I want you to use this thought process to stop being afraid of pain, of losing money, of losing something that you already own, because we have a bias that pushes us to want to hold on to the things that we have, right? So let's say you're in a relationship, it's really toxic. You don't want to get out of it because you're so used to it. You have a few savings, you have a few $1,000s saved up. You're like, oh my God, what if I lose it? Like, do I go back to zero? So we always have this tendency, right? Or if I live in this apartment and I'm like, let me go live, outside of the city. But I'm like, oh, but I like it. There is a pool, there is a gym, there is a steam room, there is this. Like, we don't want to get rid of things that we already own. So my goal is to try to change, try to give you a thought process to use when it comes to making really good decisions that could literally be the difference between Serge making 30K a year to Serge going from 30K a year to generating last month in revenue. We collected 67K in a month and we did 108K generated in revenue of deals, okay? Like that kind of difference. Like what would I tell myself last year? Let's check this out. So a lot of people are like, oh, I'll buy when I get money. I'm like, okay, cool, perfect. Go get the money and come back when you have it. A lot of customers do end up buying that way. We give them time. We're not necessarily rushing anyone. But it hurts me when I know people have money and they still don't buy. So check this out. So the thinking process that I want you guys to use is this, understanding second, order effects, right? So not necessarily focusing on the main effect of making a decision, but understanding the different levels, the different orders of consequences from one decision. Because the truth is, every decision that you make doesn't just stop there. It has other effects that keep happening, okay? So now let's look at these orders of effects when it comes to, oh, I'll buy when I get the money. Okay, perfect. So what's the first order consequence when someone decides to hold on to their money? Well, the truth is they are able to save money. They get pleasure because it's safety. right? Comfort. So the first order consequence, which most people is what they focus on, is this. But the truth is, they got on a call with us because they needed better acquisitions. They needed better and more predictable processes to scale their online service business, right? So what ends up happening is that they came to us because they had a problem, and that problem was, my current systems, my current acquisition, my current offer isn't as good. So I came on a call with you so that you can show me if you can help me. We give them the price is a bit too much. So they're like, oh my God, I'm not ready to make that kind of a risk, to take that kind of a risk. So they decide to save the money. Safety is good, makes you feel good for a moment, but the second order consequence is you go back to doing the same thing that you were doing. The things that haven't been proven to work for you, or that haven't been proven to take you to that next level. Okay? Now, what's the third order consequence? Well, you get back to not getting good results. You lack better results. And then not only do you not get the results you're looking for, but this is the biggest and most important thing, you lose time. You lose a few months, maybe it's a few weeks, maybe it's a few years, right? I've been wanting to build an online business since like 2018 when I dropped out of school, right? And it's only in 2021, January, that I hit my first 10K a month. Wouldn't I have loved, do you know how much money I would have made if I started making 10K a month in 2018? That's 3 years. Let's say I average at least 50K made per month, right? So if I've averaged 50K per month times 12 times 3, that's $1.8 million. And 50K isn't even a lot of money, right? That means that that me not knowing what to do has cost me multiple millions of dollars, right? And it hasn't cost me that much. It just cost me the time that I could have used to make these millions of dollars. Okay? And this is the most painful thing. Losing time. Okay? Now the next fourth order consequence is you start getting discouraged. Because, trust me, I've started multiple ventures and quit on them because I couldn't get good results fast. So what ended up happening is I was discouraged. And I started thinking of maybe this Amazon FBA thing doesn't work. Maybe this Facebook ad dropshipping thing doesn't work. But the truth is, a lot of people are making millions in dropshipping and Amazon FBA. So it's not the vehicle that matters. It's what information do you have? And do you have actual systems that are predictable? Okay? So now the fourth order consequence, you start thinking about quitting. But the fifth order consequence is, the truth is, no human will go through pain over a long time, not achieving what they're looking to achieve, and not give up, right? You're not David Goggins. You're gonna quit. I would quit. There's no way that I would be making like 3K a month for the last year and still be doing what I'm doing. Hell no, I would have quit, right? So these are the different orders of consequences from, when you decide to not invest the money because you want to save the money because you want to be safe, right? You don't understand what it's costing you. It's costing you your dreams, time to make a few millions. Okay? Now let's go back to the other solution. What if you actually bought our solution and you didn't have a large capital? Let's say you got a loan. Let's say you use your savings, right? We offer payment plans, so get on with the payment plan. Okay? Now let's look at the first order consequence. Well, if you decided, let's say you don't have a lot of money. Let's say right now you couldn't afford our main ticket price, okay? And you're like, okay, Serge, I'm not sure, but you know what? I'm committed to this thing, and I'm gonna go all in. Money is created by other humans. It's just a made-up thing that we're chasing. We're all chasing. It never ends. So fuck it. Let me actually invest in this. First order consequence, you get a loan, you use your savings, and guess what? You go broke. Maybe you don't go broke, but you hit your savings and it hurts, right? It's pain. Immediate consequence is pain. And I'm not going to keep that away from you. It's going to hurt, right? If you don't have multiple six figures in the bank, it's gonna hurt. Our ticket price is gonna, be a little bump in your bank account, okay? And it's gonna hurt. But don't focus on the hurt. Focus on the next effects, which is if you become a customer, I'll automatically like you, right? And not only do I like you, but I owe it to myself to help you, right? If you go in this tablet that I just got, every morning I write, hey, I help people achieve their dreams, and it helps me achieve my dreams, right? But it's not like when you become a customer, it's like every morning before drinking coffee, I don't drink coffee anymore, but I have to think about you. I ask myself, hey, this customer hasn't joined any support call. What's going on? And I tell Haysam, hey, Haysam, get in touch with this customer. We need to make sure that they haven't given up, okay? So now, you literally, the money you're paying is not to access information. It's not to access the VAs. What it is to access our support and our perspective of how to play the game, okay? So once you become a customer, I tell you what offer to sell, and if you don't really know what to sell, if you already have an offer and you're going to run with it, then I tell you how to improve your current offer, help you create a new sales argument, help you create a new headline, okay? I automate your acquisition in less than 7 days with cheap labor, $3 an hour virtual assistant. If you have $200 a month, you have a virtual assistant ready to work. And not only, do you guys want to know how crazy we're actually trying to take this? We're trying to make it that our virtual assistants are working commission only. Like that's how low we want to bring the bar when it comes to automating acquisition, okay? For customers, because we have customers who are getting them like, hey man, I don't have any more money. I'm like, don't worry, I got you, right? I've paid virtual assistants for my customers because it's not about the money. It's not about being profitable. I just want to see that you're committed enough to get in the game, to join our community. And then if you get to a point where you're like, oh my God, what's going on here? I don't really have any money to get a VA. I'll pay the $200 a month for you, get the VA to outreach for you, sign that first 2 customers in the first month, and then you can use that capital to get the VA yourself, okay? But we've only gone to commission-only virtual assistants, right? Who does that for their customers? No one. Because no one is paying that much attention to their customers. Everybody's chasing scale. Everybody's signing thousands of customers. What we do, no. We'd rather charge you a lot of money, but at least use that money to actually build systems to make it unreasonable for you not to grow, right? Whether that be systems, automating new offers, commission-only reps, personalized video sales letter creators. So if you never have to do booms if you don't want to do it, right? We also train someone to take care of it for you, right? But once we actually implement the stuff that helps you grow the business, then the third order consequence is you actually start feeling like you're running a business for first time in your life. Or maybe you've been running it and you've been stuck at 20K, 30K a month, but like we've just put new people in your business and you're like, wow, it feels so good. Now I can see how I can get to 6 figures a month, okay? And, after 3 years of being a little bitch, working in the business, working inside the business, right? I hate people that work inside the business, right? It's as much effort to work inside the business. It's as much stress as it's actually more stressful to work in the business than to remove yourself. And not only do you get to work less, but you get to make more money because you can support more people, more customers, right? Now, the fourth order consequence is that you get to 10 times more warm leads coming through, wanting to learn about your offer, 10 times more sales calls. You get to charge 2 or 3 times more money per customer. And guess what that does to your system, to your soul? It's pure happiness and confidence, right? Imagine if every day you would wake up and like for me, if I go on my Facebook, okay, and if I go on my Facebook and I look at Messenger, I'll have like 100 conversations going, and it's because it's a system. It's there. It's running. I don't have to think about it, right? If I go and look at customer support, I know that customers are getting support calls every single day. I'm hosting like 3 calls a week. I'm getting on warm-up sessions with customers, right? Everything is automated, right? So My business is, it's I don't have to work a lot, right? The only thing I have to think of is how can I make it unreasonable for my customers not to get the outcome. Every single day I'm thinking about stuff that we could add into our mechanism. Okay. Now the fifth order consequence, that's like a level, like a down or up. Once you've made that first decision, is that you eventually get to 50K a month, or if you're already at 50K a month, you get to add an extra 50K a month, and you get to a point where you feel the need to show off your new status, and then you say, hey Serge, I'm going to buy a new Rolex, and I'm going to lease a Porsche. I'm like, man, stop doing that dumb shit, because you're not even making enough money to even support your family. 50K is not enough, bro or girl. What you going to do with 50K a month? It's nothing. After tax, it's like, after employees, after tax, you're back to making 10K a month. So I'm going to tell you, hey, stop the madness. Let's get back to work. 500K a month. Now we can go buy the Rolex. Maybe we can go buy a Porsche every month. Maybe, I don't know. We can do whatever. But until you get 50K a month, is just to get you, confident enough in your ability. But to be honest, my next claim will be, let's get to 500K a month. Because that's really where you can relax. That's where you can make babies. That's where you can, make babies on a jet and not necessarily be worried about, will this kid have, private school, health care? Will they have someone to take care of them when I'm at work? Don't worry. Or you bring them to work. I'll have a baby right there, chilling, right? And then maybe I'll pick him up, and then I'll be showing the content here. And yeah, but that's really it. Stop using this objection. If you don't have the money, it's cool. We understand that. But if you have the money and you're using this objection, I just think you're bad at thinking. And improve your thinking, improve your life. Bye-bye. Hope you guys like this content. I just freestyled it. Let's go.